I was actually worried at 11 o'clock at night it'd be hard to have an audience. My inner 5-year-old was screaming, "Don't make me put on clothes at 9 o'clock." So, I'm Auntie Vice. I'm the host of your show. My lovely co-host is here, Wendy Lewis.
Hi, everybody.
She's the awkward cougar. I'm just awkward. If you haven't been to the show before, I have our guest and our host eat on stage because I'm big on to destigmatize people of all sizes eating on stage. And I bring the goods for the audience. So Sherrod, tonight, we have homemade rosewater marshmallows.
Yeah, right.
So if you would pass those around so the audience can enjoy. Please feel free.
It is like unicorns for your mouth.
Yes, they're billowy pillows of goodness. So please enjoy. We have some great guests for you tonight. We have Josh Means and Miss Travis Romo, some excellent comics. But before we start that, it's been a minute since you've been on. You've been out doing stuff.
I know, it's crazy. Like even tonight, I had to come from the Ozarks of a town called Cool. And, from a show. I was like, it's called Cool, all right.
And was it?
It was different. It was different.
I didn't even know we had a Cool California.
Yeah, and it was cool because there was actually a shop. They had a smoke shop, and it said Cool Smoke Shop. Mike's like, hey, that sounds like a cool smoke shop. I was like, yeah, it does, huh? It's so cool. But yeah, everybody was nice up there. It was different, but yeah, a little bit higher up there than I could see the thunder and lightning. That was like, ooh, that's uncomfortable. I was like, I'm flammable. I don't like to be next to lightning.
So, it's something we haven't talked about, but I wanted to bring up, because they come up a lot and they come down a lot. Girls.
Yes.
We both have them.
Yes.
They're rather substantial.
Yes.
So let's start with it. What do you call your girls?
I'm all sales and marketing. No. No, usually, most of the time, Twiddledee and Twiddledum. Because boobs are dumb. That's not like they're smart. You know, they're not like, people aren't out, boobs aren't solving crimes and shit. Boobs are dumb, you know? So I was all Twiddledee, Twiddledum, you know? But they go together for some reason.
They do.
You know, and they bounce around like the cartoon characters. They make no sense. It just feels right.
And do you have a special relationship with them, or are they just there?
Oh, we talk.
What do you talk about?
That they need to get their shit together. You know, my tits sometimes they just sit there. I feel like they need a hobby. You know, like they need a job or something. You know, especially at my age because they're not perky anymore.
No, they're not. The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Oh.
It's true.
Have you ever slammed a nipple in a drawer? That's no good for anybody. You'll find cuss words you didn't even know were invented when you slam your nipple in a drawer.
See, that's not something I might be into.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate a little bit of abuse.
Yeah,
on that end.
yeah. It's not good though when you flatten your nipple out to like. Who's like, why does your nipple look like an index card?
I have a friend who's gauging hers, like the ears where they get real big with the gauges with the holes. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know it was a thing.
Seems fun.
I was like, I guess you could like tie something to it and hoist them up as you're older, but like, I can't figure out the purpose of it.
I don't know. I just think, I don't know. I went to high school with this girl once, and I hadn't seen her for a long time, and saw her in a bar, and she flashed me her boobs, and she was like, I got tattoos, and they're pierced. I was like, okay, cool, but I noticed like one of them was missing the piercing. She goes, oh yeah, that one got ripped out. I'm all, oh, okay. We're at a bar in public. I'm pretty sure I didn't need to see.
And there's some people who are happy to, like, I'm fine with mine out. I try to take mine out as much as I can in public. I do.
All right.
Like, on stage.
Sharon's like, I make good choices.
I get to his place, and as soon as I'm upstairs, it's like, clothes are off. He's like, how did you get them all off? I just got a glass of water. I'm like, talent. Like,
You're like, babe, I had them off before I even got in the house. What do you think?
Just turned around like, oh.
You're like, why do you think your neighbors are always bringing us souffles?
No, I actually started thinking about them this week because.
What do you name yours?
I call them
I bet
girls.
there's some see, I know you're so sexy.
No, and like there are times I really want to just put them up on the shelf, especially in the summer, because like you could put chickens underneath here at this point.
There's a meme that I saw that said, "Can I just get a hair tie for my tits?"
A little scrunchy. The women in the audience are like, yes.
And then they have you seen that new thing where it's like a fucking terry cloth towel for your tits? I was like, one false move and you're gonna fall under, and that's just terrible. You got wonky boobs, and that's just, yeah.
No, I start
steer the car properly.
Your mail bag just stops coming anymore. I'm done with that.
But all the truck drivers are like, whoa.
I started thinking about them this week, though, because I saw one of those, you should do a self-breast check. And it's a pet peeve of mine, because if you've ever seen, like, the home self-breast exam, they're always, like, size B cup, 18-year-old perky tits with the nipples straight out. They're like, do these nice little circles and feel around. I'm like, no, I'm like hitching shit up, rubbing. It's like, don't lay on your, they say lay on your back. I'm like, mine are over here. Like, come on.
I can't do that. I won't be able to breathe.
Right? I'm like, I want one with, like, old lady titties on there. Like, I'm really annoyed. I'm like, at 18, I did not care about this. At 45, I care about this, but those are not my tits. Like, represent here.
Yeah.
Represent.
Different sizes, nipples going to cross-eyed. Do something. Make it real.
Yeah, I feel like I need that too. I need realistic. I need like a mom that's had like 6 kids and she's got one of the kids hanging off a tit. And the other one looks kind of brown. Like maybe she got a little too close to the barbecue or something. But it's still a good titty because it's still there. It's just a little tough now. So I need to see that kind of a titty. Well, like where the nipple's like inverted or something, or maybe she's got like the elf nipple.
Got a few hairs coming off of it.
Oh yeah.
Get real here.
Yeah.
Although I will say fashion is going in that direction. Did you see the spring fashion shows for what's coming out in the fall?
No. I was like, that got loud. Actually, that
real loud.
Yeah. Super spring.
No,
spring in your titties.
The makeup look is tired mom. It's great. Like, finally in fashion.
Well, I'm sure I've got that look down.
It's just like...
They're like, you always look tired, Wendy. It's my fucking face, man. It's my face.
And now it's in fashion. Like, there's the whole campaign. It's like, I woke up this way, which is bullshit, because they have, like, foundation and primer and shit on. You only wake up that way if you went to bed that way at 3 a.m. But, like...
There's new meaning to the word tired bitch.
It is.
Like, she's a tired bitch, yes, she is. It's adequate.
They're showing shit on the runway with just the hair pulled up and the scrunchie and stuff. I'm like, finally! I just was lazy long enough, I've come into fashion.
Shit. I don't know. I think when, I felt like when drag queens look way hotter than I will ever fucking be. And then, like, Jason Momoa and his man bun.
That is a man bun.
I can't do chick. I can't. He can do the man bun and drag queens. I mean, I want to contour my tits. I want to do that. But I don't feel like I have enough eyeshadow in my life to contour my tits. But yeah, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, I'm jealous of the man bun.
Yeah, oh my God. I always look homeless. And like, oh God, you going through it, Wendy? No, I just didn't want my hair in my face today. You sick? You have cancer? No. It's just my hair in a bun. Thanks.
That's how I knew I was really sick, is like when goth chicks are going, damn, you're pale, are you okay? Like, clearly I'm not rocking it anymore.
That's one of my favorite parts in that movie Space Jam, when Bill Murray's trying to like talk everybody into, he's like, I can play basketball. He's like, no, I can fucking do this. And they're like, no, you can't, man. And he's like, well, what about Larry Bird? And he's like, Larry's not white, Larry's clear, man. It's like, that doesn't count.
I'm just amazed you can do a Space Jam reference.
Yeah, look at me.
I mean, that's going deep into the archives.
Fucking A, Menza. Watch out. It's like, this bitch is a genius. Look at her. Quote, Space Jam. Look at her and all of her culture. Here's your chance. Do your dance. It's the Space Jam. All right. I'm tired.
Happening at the 11 o'clock show. And on that note, our first guest tonight is Josh Means.
Yay, Josh!
He's a local comic. He runs roast battles. Yes, roast battles in town. Welcome to the show.
What's up?
Hey, Josh.
Let's talk about my tits.
Those enormous things you got.
Okay, dudes' tits are called titters.
No, I thought they were mitts.
Titters or mitters?
Yeah.
Mitters or
Titters.
titters. If
This
it's
is news
big
to me.
ones, if they're big ones, those are titters.
I have literally nothing.
That's exciting. You don't know how many men I've met lately that
So
I'm like
skinny.
kind of intimidated by their cup size. I was like, how long have you been breastfeeding, sir?
I did have a friend who had like actual man boobs and had to have surgery to get it like taken out.
Oh.
Yeah, there are men who get very self-conscious of that.
Yeah. Oh, he was.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't, because I'm
We
into
roasted
boobs.
him relentless.
Oh my god, I'd be like, I'd motorboat that shit. Like, I love your titties.
You
Unless
go
they were
back with a
hairy.
beard, and people would be all over him. Between tits and a beard, like everybody be touching them.
It worked.
Ew.
He got sexually harassed a lot.
It happens. People do that a lot.
Yeah, I would touch some man titters. I would.
I have.
Yeah. And I wouldn't ask for consent, which I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I know. That's rude. But I'm like, look at you and how you're dressed.
Asking for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab it. I was like, you like that, huh? I talk hella dirty to him too. Like, you like it when I touch your titties, don't you? I'm not gonna give you money either.
It gets real awkward when you use the lines that guys use on you. You use them on the guy.
Oh.
You get it real. It's like, ooh, let's see what that mouth can do. Like,
And you're like, ooh, you're supposed to be a parent. What the fuck?
Another one I love is, ooh, I'm gonna put a baby in you, and they're like, get real nervous. Or you come back with, ooh, I'm gonna give you 18 years of child support.
Okay, Josh, what is
That was
the...
too realistic.
They're like, uh-oh. What is the weirdest, like, pickup line that you've ever given?
That I've ever given. When I was in middle school, I used a rap to try and like get this girl to like me.
Hey.
We need
And
to
I
hear
was-
it.
I blocked that out of
You-
my
you-
memory.
you won a rap
many
battle.
years ago. I did win a rap battle tournament.
You did.
I am the reigning rap battle
He
champion
said
of
humble brag.
Sacramento until Chelsea Bierce holds another one. But yeah, it was awful. She said no, walked away. All my friends were there. It was embarrassing.
Mom spaghetti.
It was vomit, but it was on everything.
Yeah, I think one of the worst times I ever... Yeah, I had I was at a birthday party, and a guy that I had a crush on walked through the door, and I had a picture of him, and I had a crush on him for like all 4 years of high school. And I was like, in a room full of people, I drank a few beers.
What kind of picture?
A prom picture with him and another girl.
Why did you have this?
Because I had a huge crush on him. Because that's how we stalked back in the day. This was like 25 years ago. This is how we stalk people.
the Facebook.
You know, we'd find out what their horoscope was. We'd ski some prom pictures from a friend. Crop the friend out of the picture. You know how it is. And then he walks in the door and I was like, oh my god, this must be fate. I have a picture of you in my wallet. I've crushed on you for the last 4 years. And here you are walking through the door. Must be fate. He's like, it's not fate. I just live here. And he walked by. So, moral of the story, people, talk about your feelings. It's important.
You should have asked him to autograph the picture.
With what? My tears?
How are you?
I don't pick up on men. I have picked up on women. I spent the longest time trying to win my wife because she is really dense and didn't realize I was picking up on her. And I spent way too much on alcohol because she didn't know what she'd like to drink. So she goes, oh, order me a drink. We went on like 4 dates. I bought like 20 drinks. She drank like 2 of them. It took another month before she realized I was hitting on her. Like this, God love her, but she was dead. Like you could serve her pussy on a platter and she would have missed it. Like it was just. So I stayed up all night. We were living in the dorms in New York. And they were tiny. My dorm room was less than 100 square feet. And that included the bathroom. And so we had a common TV room where we'd go and sit and watch. So I stayed up all night watching Seinfeld with her, which is a sacrifice in and of itself. Nobody needs to watch like 7 hours of Seinfeld in the middle of the night. That's just depression, right?
You really wanted in her pants.
I did. And when you see her, nobody understands. It's like we are the most mismatched couple. When Sharon met her, he's like, I don't get it. It's like the twin from The Shining grew up. Like, I don't get it. That's how he described her, and it was accurate. But I was standing in the common kitchen, and I had my arm around her. I'm like, isn't the sunset beautiful? Or sunrise beautiful? And she's like, oh yeah, it's coming up. I'm like, I am hitting on you. Okay, you're not like, it's been 6 weeks. I can't do this anymore. She's like, oh. I'm like, do you want to go on a date? And she's like, sure. I'm like, did you not realize we've been on like 7 of them? No. Yeah. And now whenever I pick up on a girl, I'm just stupid. It's like, oh, you're pretty. I'm going to just mumble weird shit for the next 3 days and see if I can pick. I get flustered around really hot women, and then I'm like, dudes, I got game. I got hella game with dudes. I got no game with women.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm married now because I'm just awful at it. I don't have to pick up women, so.
How'd you win your wife over?
Comedy.
Really?
Are you serious?
Trick. The audience clapped a little louder than they normally do, and I tricked her.
That's awesome.
It worked.
So speaking of comedy, so you run roast battles.
Yep.
I do a roast battle every month. We just started this month. We're doing every month.
Congratulations.
We were doing every 2 months, but the turnout's been great. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Comics
so
get
much
insulting each
Yeah,
other.
he's
People
actually
say
had to turn
the
people
meanest
away.
shit
Really?
to each other.
Yeah.
And that one actually hurt because it was like my best friend and his friends, and they had to leave because there were no seats. I was like, just let them stand.
Yeah, I would have just had him sit on the other, because the way that this, for people at home that might just be listening to this, the way that this particular theater is designed is you walk in the door and there's like a bench seating for like a basketball game. And then you turn the corner and then there's a stage and a small area for probably about 50 people. And it fills up quick.
75.
Oh yeah? You can fit, okay, well that's like a death trap, but whatever.
He's a guy, you know the numbers are
zoning
inflated.
clubs, yeah.
They're always
So-
aspirational.
75 inches.
So I would have shit. Girthy, right? It's wide. It's 75 inches wide. You can't even get your mouth around it,
from the
Gert.
floor.
So yeah, I would have been like, hey, just sit on the thing, or maybe something. But that's great though. That's a good problem to have, sir.
Yeah, I guess that's true too. But
And
we're trying to do more with it.
he's actually gone to the comedy store with it.
Oh, that's
I
excellent.
do the roast battle at the comedy store. Thank you all
Woo!
for sitting in here. Huge fan. It was super fun. I've done it twice. Once against Saul Trujillo, and he's just so lovable that he won them from the start. So I took somebody down a second time that I knew nobody liked that much. I'm just kidding. I took Robert Emoto. He's fucking great. That was a lot of fun.
So I gotta ask, when you're doing a roast battle, if you watch comedy roasts and stuff, people tend to go after looks a lot because those are easy jokes. You know, people get it up. How do you decide where to draw the line? What's it's okay to mock and what's it's not okay to mock?
Nothing. I don't know. I really don't think there is a line. Like with roast battles, you kind of know it's anything goes. And if you're signing up for a roast battle, you're signing up to say as hurtful things as possible.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna call your mom and figure out if you peed your bed when you were 4. Like that's how deep we're going. Like I'm gonna hurt your soul.
But as far as like people always going for looks, you kind of have to because these people are coming up and they haven't done their stand-up yet. You don't really know them yet.
Right.
You don't know what kind of person they are. You're just going based on their looks.
Right.
At first. And then you get a joke off that, and then you can tell them, hey, this person likes comic books, blah, blah, blah. That's why they're a virgin. I don't know.
So when people go after you and your looks, because I've watched some of these, is there anything that bothers you? Or
All
you're
the
like,
time.
Yeah?
No, not all the time stuff bothers me. Most of the time it's just you look like this. Are you alright?
I'm not
Did I
even
startle
drinking.
you?
It's just water.
I do that with dicks all the time.
Who does?
I feel the struggle.
I forgot the question.
No.
I love it. You look like you were clutching your pearl. It's terrible.
Evans.
No, when people go after your looks, are there any things that you'll walk away from and go, that wasn't cool? Or is it just like, it was a roast?
No,
thing?
honestly, anytime somebody can give me something good that I feel like I haven't heard before, I'm like, kudos to them because I've heard it all growing up.
Right.
But people go, normally when people go after me, it's just I look like so-and-so with AIDS, like Carrot Top with AIDS, any redhead, Ed Sheeran with AIDS, that's literally all I get. Because I'm skinny, I guess, but and I have red hair. Also,
Represent.
that part. But I don't know. People come at me pretty hard, but I normally don't focus on what they're saying because I'm so stressed out about what I'm gonna say back to them that I kind of just lose focus of it.
Yeah. Next time somebody does that, though, it'll be like, you're an AIDS-infected cum bubble. You're welcome.
I'll try it.
Made that up on the
I don't
sixth
know.
grade.
I don't know how well.
Works every
You can't
time.
really fight AIDS with AIDS. I feel like.
Yeah, but if it's a cum bubble,
All right, true. I haven't tried it.
will
that
it
way.
pop in your face? Will it not? I don't know. It might get in your eye. What? That's dangerous.
That has come in the eye has come up more in the last 2 days for me than I'm comfortable with. Like, just in conversation, people bringing it up as a metaphor, and I'm like, I don't know
Metaphor
what.
for what? What is coming?
For life?
I am
For life. Life's gonna come shot you in your eye.
Wow, great answer.
Be prepared. Don't take it personal.
It stings, yeah.
It doesn't sting.
So I'm on this service where reporters will send out questions. No, so reporters will send out, we're doing a story on such and such, we're looking for experts on this. And somebody was like, we're looking for, experts to comment what to do when you would get semen in your eye. And I'm like, how are you doing an entire story on this? Just wash it out. Like, is there more than that?
Tell grandma to aim higher next time. I don't know.
It's like, how are you getting an entire article? Like, the only thing that confused me more was the one looking
It's a
for...
niche porn.
There was one looking for an expert to comment on the relationship between lesbians and cheese. And I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, so I posted it on all my queer boards, and I'm like, so I've been out of the seat for a minute. Like, what's the special relationship with lesbians and cheese? And there's an entire confused group of Sacramento trying to figure out what that close relationship is. Like, reporters are really digging for stories here.
Did somebody get an answer?
No, we're all very confused about
Who
this.
is
but
on
we
the case?
But we all like cheese, but everybody likes
We all like
cheese.
lesbians?
Exactly. Like, I can't
I
figure.
kind of get it.
Yes.
So maybe lesbians are the poutine of cheese.
They're Gouda? I don't know.
Yeah.
Gouda's a little gamey.
Yeah. I spent like way longer trying to come up with a funny cheese pun than I
Right.
did.
And you will go
And that
home and
was the
think
best
about
I
it.
did.
It
I'll
stays with you.
I'll find a better one on the drive home. 100%.
Just stay away from cottage.
Thank you, Wendy. That's why you're awkward.
You're welcome.
So we're at the point in the show where we ask our guests some standard questions.
All right, I'm ready.
So the first is, what is your go-to munchie?
I think my favorite munchie would be like literally any fast food French fry. I love fries, and I don't really care where they're from.
Really?
Yeah.
There's no difference between like McDonald's and Carl's Jr. and Burger King
They're all
sadness?
different.
They
They're all
are.
different, and they're all sad. Yes, you're right. But
we
they all
about to
taste
fight right
delicious.
now.
They all taste
I'm like, you cannot put Burger King and McDonald's on the same level.
I get high, and it's just
Salty.
if there's fries there, they're the best fries. The best fries are the fries in your fucking lap, like
The ones that you don't have to cook are the best ones.
Exactly.
Except for In-N-Outs.
Yeah, I'm not
Those are
I'm
trash.
not really a huge fan.
Yeah, they
of
are
that
trash
fries.
fries.
Those are trash fries. I know they're real potatoes, but you fuck them up after you do whatever you do in the cutting and the cooking. They get fucked up.
I agree.
So what you like if you had a scale, like if you're going out for your favorite French fry,
Oh,
are you a curly fry dude? Are you a wedge
I'm not
man?
really a curly fry dude. I do like the wedges, and the KFC potato wedges are super good. But I'm not putting them in there. But I don't know. I like Carl's Jr. fries. I like McDonald's fries when they're right.
Yes.
When they're right. You guys all fucking know.
Yep.
You guys
Yep.
all know.
I was like,
Everybody's-
why do these French fries taste like fish for me?
I don't know. I don't really know where else.
So next question. What is the worst piece of advice you've ever been given?
My dad, when I was younger, said if you ever think you're going to get into a fight, throw the first punch. So now pretty much any time I think I'm going to get into a fight, I do.
Your parents, your dad just was like, yeah, somebody's going to take care of my leg work for me. Because I was told the exact opposite. I would get in trouble if I threw the first punch. They
Yeah,
were
no,
like,
my
"You
mom
wait
and my
till you get
stepdad
hit."
were much smarter. They were like, just talk it out, dude. You could figure something out.
Oh, you were cute though. I wouldn't want anybody pouncing your face. That's fucked
They
up.
did. They did.
Sorry.
They never thought I'd get in a fight. I got no fighting advice as a kid. I feel gypped now. Like,
People don't like roast battles when it's not at an actual competition. When I'm just making fun of them in high school, it's a little different.
yeah, but I did that
There's
with
no
teachers.
trophy.
I only did that with teachers. And I got them so bad they threw me out of class. But then my mom would show up with a Groucho Marx nose and glasses and like it was great. Because she'd get called in that, I'd been thrown out of class for something. And she'd show up with like funny nose and glasses. She's like, so you have a problem with my daughter? And the principal was like, well, this is fucked. Like, we ain't going to, and it would just all be over. It was great.
You were probably smarter than your teachers. That was probably the problem.
Yeah, it's usually what I was calling them out on. It's like, no, that's some bullshit, and these are the facts, and why didn't you look at this? And they like, leave class.
That's amazing.
So, now I forgot my next question. Oh, what is something that everybody should try once in a lifetime?
Once in a lifetime. Oh, I was not expecting that. She said earlier, what is something everybody should try?
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Well, it can be more than once. But
I was just gonna say like putting their phones down for a couple hours a day. People just spend way too much
As
time
I put
on
my
the
phone in my
phone.
face.
Yeah, as people are at a live comedy show on the phone.
There's a lot
That's
of good
cool.
porn on there, but
I know.
sorry.
When I looked up this show, and my wife saw my browser history and was like, what the fuck are you looking at? She thought I was looking at porn. But that's also because my next search was how to clean cum out of your belly button. So that might be why.
And that's why they do a whole article on it now.
Exactly. You gotta clean it up.
And the last question is, what are you grateful for?
My wife is pregnant.
Yay!
We got a baby on the way.
Congratulations. This is number 2, right?
Number 2, yes.
Excellent.
You guys are so cute.
Just had a 6th birthday party today.
Aww.
So I'm a little tired. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, and
really appreciate it.
If people want to find you, where do we go?
At JMeans on social media. Every month at Blacktop Comedy, we do roast battles. They're super fun. And August 7th at Laughs Unlimited, I'm hosting a show with Ryan Goodcase headlining.
Oh,
it's going to be super fun.
Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks,
Josh. You're awesome. Sounds awesome.
Guys, yes, if those marshmallows are out there, keep them circulating because they need to be eaten.
I feel like you guys need a sugar rush.
Yeah, it's almost midnight. You need more sugar. So our next guest to the stage he's a comic. He has been on film, on Netflix, on stage and screen.
Yep.
Awesome. Coming to the stage, we have Miss Travis Romo.
Yay! I love your top.
Oh, thank you. My straight brother picked this out. My straight military veteran brother got me the nice cleavage
Nice.
top.
If you want to raise it up so you're not hunching over the mic, I mean, I'm not sure how you're. There you go. I'm like, you let us talk? How do you know who he's dating? Just a question. I mean, that's my first question.
You're good.
You're telling. He's going. Get over. Get in frame. Get in frame.
Like leaning in. Like,
This is my hot
That's
producer.
like my good side. Like, I just want to make sure everything's cool.
switch with me.
So your eyebrows are perfect. I have to ask, how long did it take you to learn to do such on point brow?
That's a good question.
I got right to the hard stuff here.
I just wasn't expecting this. I should have talked to my lawyer beforehand, like a list of questions that are okay to ask. I'm not really sure. I have people fuck up my brows enough that I was like, well, I guess I gotta learn. So me and my meth hands, because I have tremors, so I shake all the time. I'll have to sit there for ever in a mirror and plug and use scissors. And it's my times.
Well, and you say you've had people fuck them up, but you got it to the point where you still had brows? Because I'm still missing some in parts that have never grown back. So I'm seriously impressed by brows that are
right.
It's hard because they get in there and they'll trash them.
Yeah, they're always trying to get to my furry fucking ass. So I usually just take a razor and just keep them from growing together in the middle. Because I just look really aggressive with a unibrow.
Yeah, I'm naturally really, really hairy, so it's always I'll pluck them and then 2 days later it's oh, I gotta do my brows again. That's nice.
But it's impressive. So when did you start wearing makeup?
Oh gosh, a good, I want to say 12 years ago, right out of high school, right when I was starting to figure out that I was non-binary, and so we didn't have YouTube back then, and so I would go into Target with my fucked up eyeshadow to go do an 8-hour cashier, and it would be all over the place, and doing a fallout, and it was
I'm same.
I'm there's so many people who are now really deeply identifying with your story.
But because of course, growing up with a blue collar family, they were no, you should just butch it up and I don't know, suck a little less dick, I guess. I don't know.
Same.
So were you out to your family early, or is this more recent?
Pretty early. So for most of my family, I came out around between the ages of 15 to like 18, 19. And then later on to some other family members that I no longer speak with, around like 25, 26. It's kind of, I don't pass. And I realized that early on. I was like, wow, it doesn't matter if I like wear like basketball shorts and a t-shirt, like people are still like, hey, what's going on? Like queer, like, you know, like, so it's just like, okay, I might as well just do what the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Amen. Life's too short. I feel like it's better that way, you know, and I feel like as a human being, just to be comfortable is really important. So, you know, what's comfortable for me and what's comfortable for you and what's comfortable for you, it's always going to be different, you know? But I feel like once you kind of like can let your guard down and just tell people how you really feel, I feel like it's liberating. So good.
Yeah, like it really is, but it does like it does take a long process of just it's like a long process of getting there, getting to be comfortable with yourself. Like I still even all these years later I still have moments where I'm like, oh, it's really uncomfortable to be, it's uncomfortable to be feminine. It's easier to be masculine, and it's just I don't know. It's a process.
Definitely. So we have an ongoing conversation on this show about what non-binary means, because there's so many labels, and it's, you and I were talking before the show, it's evolving. Like at the point I came to understand that I was non-binary 20 years ago, there wasn't even a term for what this was.
Right.
You identify as genderqueer, so what does that mean to you? How does that manifest?
I kind of look at it, for me personally, I kind of feel like the bisexual of genders. Like I want everything. Like I have moments where I'm like, you know what, I want to butch it up and have this short hair and whatever else. And then I have moments where I'm like, you know what, I'm going to put on 5 layers of fucking highlight and go on a podcast. So for me, it's always been just like, just always in the middle. Like I've never really identified as male, I've never identified as female, and so it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just, I'm all over the place, and I'm okay with that.
It's nice. You can move in between spaces, I think.
Yeah.
Like I like to refer to it as people who are in those liminal spaces. We fit in all the in-betweens. We're never squarely in one group, but you can kind of flow and find the cracks of the universe and occupy those.
So would that be considered gender fluid, if I'm not mistaken?
I think so. I mean, like, because I feel like, especially with non-binary, there's so many different terms, like,
Right.
But I feel like, non-binary and gender fluid and even genderqueer, I mean, there's a lot of interconnectivity to it.
Yeah. And I think it's different for everybody. I think the terms are so new, we're trying to come to understand what they mean, and then you layer that with the sexuality on top of it, and it becomes even more complex depending on where you're falling.
Totally for dudes.
Team Dick!
That's gonna be the soundbite of the week. Yeah.
Totally for dudes. So, speaking of such things, are you doing? We're in Pride Month. Happy Pride!
Happy Pride!
Rainbows everywhere. And every fucking where.
Speaking of rainbows, I don't appreciate you catching my dildo on fire. That was my birthday present. Set my birthday presents on fire. It's so rude.
So for those of you who haven't been on our YouTube site, and again, hi to our YouTube viewers, I get sex toys to test for different companies and review, and it's part of what I do for my website. So this company...
She's got a really hard job.
The only difficult thing is when a whole bunch of packages show up and my mom's like, ooh, you got more stuff to test? Is there anything for old ladies in there? And it's like, it becomes a really awkward conversation. I'm like, yeah, but I'm the one with arthritis, so which one are you going to go for? But yeah, so I got this big gay dildo. It's a rainbow flag colored dildo, and it's like 9.8 inches high. Like
Amen.
this is large and it's heavy. And I thought, they're selling it for $24 and it's coming from China. There's no way this is body safe silicone. They're fucking lying to me. And the way you test it at home is you heat it up for a couple of seconds, and if it doesn't melt or run, then they haven't put other polymers in there. So I take my little creme brulee blowtorch and I stick the thing on the fireplace and I like torch it.
And I started crying.
It didn't run, but it's so pretty.
It really is. It makes you want to learn how to avoid having gag reflex. Because you want to see if those colors have a taste.
I haven't had one since 16. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, this is why we're friends.
Sure too. But yes, with rainbows everywhere. What are you doing to celebrate Pride? Anything?
Oh gosh, I really want to go to Sac Pride because I didn't go last year, and I've been in Sacramento for almost 2 years, so I feel like I should go to that. Like, and
It's
check
fun.
that out.
And they've got Lizzo this year. We've got
Yes.
Lizzo on Sunday, which is awesome.
I love Lizzo so much.
Everybody's like, wait, Lizzo's here? Yes,
Yes.
July 9th, Lizzo is playing Sac Pride, and
Yeah.
it's like $10 to get in.
Yeah, I got goosebumps.
And our lovely producer and sound man is performing on the 8th on the Stonewall
God.
stage with Erica Ambrose.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Yeah, so he's playing at Sac Pride. So
That's amazing.
yes, I don't know how he got Sac Pride. I've been gay in this city for decades, and he still gets to perform on Sac Pride before I do.
Fire!
Never sucked a dick, and he gets to perform Sac Pride. This is not fair. But yeah, you should definitely go. It's a good lineup this year.
Oh, who's performing? Do you know?
Amy Estes, Lizzo,
Drop Dead Red.
Drop Dead Red is there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a bunch of folks going. It's fun.
That sounds fun.
Do you do San Francisco Pride or any of that?
San Francisco Pride's so fun.
Every time I go, like something bad happens.
Oh, sorry. Just kidding.
Like 1 year I was there and there was this dude and he was spun out and then like he passed out. So I'm there with my friend and we both have kind of like a nursing assistant background. So we were like, oh, like you shouldn't move him because he's seizing. And they were like, no, he's fine. And then they just picked him up and they walked into the crowd. And I was like, okay, like that's dangerous. And then 1 year I went, it was 1 year, the first time I went I was solicited. So that was really like awkward because I was like 18 at the time and I'm like standing on the corner and just like waiting for my friends to like use the bathroom. And so this dude just comes up to me and he's like, how much? And I'm like, what? Like, like what are you talking about? Like, 'cause I had no idea. So that was really awkward. And then like the last time I went was when they had gunshots at the pink party.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I think I'm cool on as that Pride. Like, I mean, it's great. I'm glad we have it, but it's not where I should be.
Yeah, it's definitely changed over the years from what it was. Well, cool. Well, we're at the point in the show where we ask you the standard questions.
Okay.
So your first is, what is your go-to munchie?
Okay. So I was thinking about this all week. And I was gonna say pizza, but I think that's more of a lifestyle and not a snack. And then
Word.
I like flaming hot Cheetos, but you should never eat them before you bought them because then you don't know if you have a tear or not. So then it's like, do I have period ass or is this like the flaming hot Cheetos?
Never thought that.
Either way, stick
Both
with that.
burns.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good advice. Life lesson. And we have somebody in the audience, the person who Marie Kondo's her cats into clothing. So you learn so much on this show. No no flaming hot Cheetos before anal. Woo! Okay, so what is the worst?
That's just good customer service.
What is the worst advice you've ever been given?
Oh gosh. Anything that has to do with, I would say anything that has to do with my body. Like, oh, you should live your life as a woman. Oh, you should be more masculine. And it's like, no, you should just like shut the fuck up and let me live my life.
There you go.
Amen.
Woo! Awesome. What is something that everyone should try once in a lifetime?
Oh, besides my pussy? Let me think about this. Everybody should try, I think, once in a lifetime, they should try. I don't know. I think people should just try like being nicer to other people. I know that's like total cornball, but
No. Yeah, being nice. You know, sometimes it's stressful, but sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it's fun.
Kindness is a good thing, and you can also kill people with kindness.
And lastly, what are you grateful for?
Oh, what am I grateful for? Oh, I'm grateful to be here tonight.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just grateful to live in this wonderful community where everybody's just like been so great and so like positive. It's nice.
I'm so glad. Well, where people want to find you, how do we find where you're performing, where you're online?
So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Grindr, Tinder, FarmersOnly.com, Gay Christian Mingle. You can find me everywhere.
I like that you cross over the religions. You're just spreading love everywhere.
That's I'm just down.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. It was wonderful having you.
Thanks, Miss Travis.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming out. This has been Fat Chicks on Top. Thanks for our YouTube visitors. Check out the show online. Buy our swag. We've got stickers. We've got good stuff. Awkward Cougar.
Auntie Vice.
Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you again.
Thank you all for coming out to day 2 of the Sacramento Podcast Festival. It's been great. And there's one more day.
Yay!
7 more shows starting at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Lots of different stuff. So yeah, please, if you enjoyed today, why not check